Hello, Leo, and welcome to your October 2025 tarot card reading. We're going to get started with an oracle card to get a sense of the energy you're moving into. The golden stars. The stars are lining up for the perfect opportunity now. Yay, Leo. I love that for you. All right. Timing's everything, right? And divine timing is all there is. And when we accept that, we work with it, things do line up quicker. So we're going to get some additional advice and guidance now with our tarot. So we have Six of Cups, Two of Cups, and I love it, the Temperance card. Your little guardian angel is here. Things are indeed lining up for you. How nice is that? Okay, Two of Wands, Seven of Swords, Knight of Swords, Queen of Cups, Three of Swords, and the Nine of Cups. We have a little bit of a mixed type of story here, so let's talk about that for a minute. So things are indeed lining up. We have golden stars guiding us towards our opportunities. And I love that the Temperance card came in too, because I always say she's our guardian angel. She keeps us in balance, which of course is what the Temperance card does. And, it's a healing energy as well, and a divine loving one. So you are being guided. You're being guided by the sources that you embody and that you believe in. And that's real important, that we do believe in it. It's not just a flight of fancy type of thing. We have to feel it. We have to believe it, because it's part of the power of our transformation and power of manifestation. So I'm having a hard time with this Knight of Swords, and I'm over here fidgeting with it for a reason. So I'm just going to go to it. So the Seven of Swords is in the heart of your reading. And you can see he's looking back at this Knight of Swords. So I'm wondering if someone's chasing you. And I wouldn't be surprised, Leo, because you have a lot of admirers. You have that magnetism, you have that vibrancy. Your ruler's the sun, and that brings automatic special vitality to you. But beyond that, you embody so much of the fire sign, of course, which you are, but there is some, the passion and the pageantry. There's a certain dignity, and that's what I want to say, Leo, that you embody as your ruler is the sun. So let's talk about that for a minute. So we know that the sun is in Libra, and so that means it's really going to be in your a third house of day-to-day life, details, your neighborhoods, and that's kind of how it's opening up, right? So this is your Six of Cups, and this is the family routine. This is your neighborhood, the people in your ecosystem, your shops, and just all the duties, all the busy work, how you connect with people, right? And how you're communicating with them. That's where the sun is when it first opens up, which is good. It's all good. However, we're going to move a little bit further down this month and talk about some other major planetaries, planet power that is kind of really being kind of exciting, and I want to jump there. So we know that October 22nd, Neptune is retrograde back in Pisces, and it's going to be right next to Saturn. And why that is important is kind of a once-in-a-lifetime thing. It'll never be back, because Neptune takes 14 years in each sign, and so there is a lot of major planet shifting going on, getting us prepared for our brand new start, February 2026. Okay, and we know that Neptune is the god of imagination and our dreams, and we know that Saturn is the god of reality, the strict, disciplinarian. And that means that he helps us bring our dreams to fruition. So dreams do come true. And what I'm thinking that because it's a huge event for everyone, when this happens, it's going to land in your 8th house of other people's money and joint resources. And I think that's what this energy is going on for you, Leo. I think that you're ready to kind of walk away from this connection, this intimate connection. That's what the 8th house is. The 8th house represents taxes and debt and shared resources, intimacy, fear, sex, all of those like deep Pluto, big time Pluto type of vibes that are going on. And so it looks like you're trying to leave with, things that are yours, rightfully so. And, someone's chasing you down saying, hold on, that's not yours. And that's what happens sometimes with joint resources, joint debt, those type of things. So you're going to have to kind of face the reality of the situation. And the reason I went there first, October 22nd, I'm going to backtrack for a minute, is that we know October 13th, Pluto turns direct in your relationship house. So you have this relationship. You have Pluto, who is turning direct, and by the way, is out of bounds. He's not following the sun path. He's not following you. You represent the sun. Where your ruler goes, you go. And Pluto's really not following that path. He's following his own path right now. He's boundless. He's borderless. He's doing his own thing. And it can be quite destructive. Sometimes, deep. So let's talk about it. So there is a relationship here, and it is your deep, intimate relationship. And I believe that this is you walking away from maybe not just the relationship, but maybe the connection. Maybe you're ready to be more independent financially, because this is shared resources, shared debt. You don't want to be, bound down by this energy. And this energy doesn't want to let you go. Total Plutonian power, by the way. And so you're going to try to find a way to hold to your ground. Now, that might mean that if you're saying, I'm walking away from this agreement, right? Because the 2 of Cups is up here, and I just don't want to have that joint account, or I've already paid my share of that debt, now it's on you, or I don't want to sign for that loan. I think it's too much at this time. I'm not ready for that. Those are the things we're talking about, or the taxes, how you're going to file, So, this person, this relationship of yours is kind of like really being aggressive about it. And then maybe giving you an ultimatum and saying, if you do that, then there's no more intimate relationship left. And that is a possibility, because we have the 3 of Swords down here. But I think you're going to hold your ground. I think that you've already made your decision. That's what the 2 of Wands represents, Leo. You know what you want, and you're being guided by your guardian angel. You're being guided by these stars, This, again, is Pluto on steroids. And this whole transformation that's trying to help for you, because that's what Pluto is too. It's death and rebirth, transformation. The whole Neptune, once in a lifetime meeting up in your 8th house is about transforming that. That's what the 8th house is. It's Pluto's house. So this is really hitting you straight on with a little bit of extra power in that area. Now, I love that the Queen of Cups came out here, because the Queen of Cups is this is your vibe. This is you. Now, the Queen of Cups is lovely. She's enchanting. She is calm. Now, this showed up because you have that side to you, but you also have that fiery side. I mean, that's who you are, Leo. That's your passion. Sometimes gets carried away. And so this message comes to you to say, try to remain calm. Try to believe, and you do have to believe. This once-in-a-lifetime opportunity that we're talking about on the 22nd with Neptune and Saturn is about your dream coming true. And if it's independence, you're being guided that way. If it's releasing some old debt, you're being guided that way. Whatever that is for you, you're being guided, and you have to believe it. That's what Pisces mantra is, I believe. There's a spiritual connection here that you need to let in. And you don't always lead with the spiritual connection. You have this overabundance of charisma and charm and passion and drive, which is wonderful. That's why we love you, Leo. But sometimes we have to kind of sit back and be a Queen of Cups and be calm and to believe and have faith. And by the way, this is one of the most intuitive cards in the tarot deck. So be guided by this intuition. This is, worth getting to this Nine of Cups, which is your wish fulfilled, right? This is the transformative power of what's going on in your life right now. And you're being guided by the stars, your angels, Neptune meeting up with Saturn, Pluto, in the 8th house. This is big, big news for you. I love it. All right, let's get one more card to get a sense of, it's an animal spirit card. Let's get one more message. Yeah, the rhino spirit, overcome any obstacle. That's your vibe. You overcome a lot. This isn't passive behavior, by the way. This is just calm behavior. I want to be clear on that. Queen of Cups is mighty in her own right. She leads on a different emotional level, but she's just as successful, and she too can overcome obstacles. So I hope this is resonating. If it is, please like, share, and subscribe. Wishing you balance, peace, and harmony. Take care.